Okay, I think we're live. We should be live, right? Why am I not live? Okay, so today I'm gonna be doing something. Well, you know, I want to make I want to play Magic, but I wanna strive to make some additional content while I'm playing Magic. And last time to review Kaldheim, it didn't go too well. I get distracted easily, and you can meme on this, but I do think that Burn's hard enough to pilot well that it does require me to be somewhat focused. But what are we here for if not to see me punt and lose games? So I want to make a modern tier list. So first of all, and okay, maybe I should explain this better. If you're watching this on YouTube and want to just skim the matchups, you can go ahead and do so. You know that the timestamps should be in the comments down below, and not in the comments, in the what's it called? The description. Yeah, so they should be in the description. I'm just gonna name the categories here right now, and then I'll talk about cards while I'm playing the matches and trying to fit them in. So I think that never unban under any circumstance is a good category for those cards that really cannot ever be unbanned. Probably should stay banned. Let's remove the probably. They should just stay banned. And see getting unbanned if a certain card or cards are banned. Kind of dislike this category. Oops. So what can we name this? And see getting unbanned. Let's put could be tested in the current with the current format. I think that's fair. That's a bit ambiguous, you know. So this category would be for cards that have been banned for a while, and like they would be interesting to test, not just outright unban. I think I'm just gonna mix these. So I'm gonna delete this one. Can I delete it? Delete row, yeah. Make this green, say, oops. God damn it. I can't select all for some reason. Could be unbanned. Okay, so these are our categories. No, it's basically 3 categories, but the banned category has 2 different tiers because some cards around here should really never even be considered. Like just a small separation of power. Okay, so that's what we'll be discussing throughout the stream today. And hopefully it will be an interesting discussion. Okay, so now for our burn list, I'm a bit worried because this weekend burn plays really well, and that usually, like, if people are already playing some burn hate when burn's like really unpopular, I'm a bit worried that if burn is actually somewhat popular, people just exaggerate on the hate. So there would be an argument to cut Hushbringer again, to play Roiling Vortex, but Spirits is also getting somewhat popular. And I even hear that Humans and Taxes managed to place in the last challenge. So I'm gonna keep the Ashbringer. This is also our last stream before Kaldheim drops, which means that our flex slots, which are Skullcrack, Searing Blaze, and Lightning Helix, and then our entire side will need to be thought about again. That's the nature of a new set, but this set seems especially low powered, so I don't think that the meta will change like at all. Maybe we'll talk about that in another array if we're talking about cards that should be banned. Alright, so let's pop onto the league here. Just go nuts with burn. It's called burn verse. Okay, so everything's fine here. Yeah, okay. Let's do this. Let's make it a good one. Most likely my last actual league before Kaldheim. Yo, how's it going? Yo, hey Ion, how's it going? It's going pretty well around here. We haven't started yet, so still haven't lost a game. Okay, so the modern ban list. Let's start with the cards that should obviously never get unbanned. So wait, let me see if I can do this like a semi-competent person, because I kind of want to have the image of the card that I'm talking about on screen, but maybe for the like super busted ones we don't need them. I don't know, maybe it's for the best. So let's start with this one. We're on the play, that's pretty cool. Again with these tempting hands. Yeah, this hand's pretty keepable on one land, so I'm gonna risk it. I want OG images. Okay, so our turn one is pretty simple. So let's talk about some quick cards that should never really be unbanned. So the first card that I want to talk about, Bloodstained Mire, could be dangerous. Reason to keep in play here. Okay, so let me see if this works fine. Yeah, this works pretty fine. So Crow Mox. I think that Crow Mox is one of those degenerate cards because they just enable way too much. Everyone took Eidolon. They're gonna regret that. This is probably Rakdos mid-range. So I think without drawing a land, it's pretty simple. We suspend the Rift Bolt, say go. Okay, so I think that fast mana is a problem in every format. If it comes at the cost of turns, like playing a Mana Dork on turn 1, well, that's actually a good play. Can I kill it? I can't. I draw a land. I can actually kill it. Do I want to kill it though? Probably not, right? My opponent's dead to land, so pretty confident about this. He also can't really attack. Double Mountain's a bit awkward. But yeah, I do think that fast mana is just a problem, and I don't think that Chromox should ever be in ban. I'm gonna place it in the never in ban under any circumstances. Those are my thoughts about Chromox. It's way too strong at providing fast mana. The problem with, just a reminder of the cling to dust. Oh, God damn it! Like, this is what I was talking about at the beginning. Like, oh, it's 4-color shadow. Oh, can I please draw land and punish this? Oh, got him. Yeah, like he should never have gone to 6. I feel like that was a mistake. Actually, let me try to keep. So this was play. This is what 4C shadow probably. It was 1 game 1. Kind of sad it came into mind after our FX game. Oh, it's you came into modern. Yeah. I guess I can see that being. I don't want to say a problem. I can see that being yeah, but that Mox Opal. I don't know, man. You have Hammer Time. Like Hammer Time is really strong. Yeah, it was the perfect draw. Hammer Time is really strong. Do I want Skullcrack? No, that's a really niche usage. Yeah, I love. This is why I love 3s in the sideboard and the 3 split of Skullcrack, Blaze, and Helix. Like this is just way too smooth. Like, this siding is just way too smooth. But yeah, Hammer Time is pretty good, right? This hand's almost good. I'm gonna keep it for science. I was thinking Hammer Time is really good, and from the people that play the deck, they say that it's like Infect and Affinity had a child, and that's a good thing because Infect has those strong kills. Now this is really awkward because he should take Riftbolt. Yeah, can I please draw a Goblin Guide? No, I'm gonna call him Monastery Swift Spear. Malice Spike. Works too. Works too. Yeah, I do think that artifact decks are still a thing, and I want you to think how busted Hammer Time definitely is sick. But from watching old videos, it seems like Hardened Scales with Opal was the epitome of big brain magic. Okay, I really believe it's such a hard decision. This can be a stub. If I play Eidolon, can push it. It's not gonna play anything. Eidolon here is bad. He has push for sure. Or else he wouldn't have shocked. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. I want to do anything here. Do I want to palm this? Because if I palm this, first of all, I can counter it. But yeah, I think that I want to palm this. Yeah, okay, so he has stubborn now, which is fine. Another land. It's a bit awkward. But now spell and land gives us lethal. Unless he has second stub. Oh, that's really aggressive. Oh, that's really aggressive. Does he have another stub? If he has another stub, there's nothing much I can do. He actually has another stub. Wow. So I cannot win unless I draw. Yeah, I can't win here. I think the artifact lands will ever be unbanned. Oh. Artifact lands are one of those cards in the ban list that really need some talking about. Oh. Okay, that's a draw. It's a draw. You just find Bolt here. Yeah, they sided out Wraith, so they have Boros. Makes sense. Actually, such a good draw. Such a good draw. They're kind of big, but would go into hammer time and scales. Yeah, the problem with the artifact lands is that as much as they enable like fringe things, they also enable like, yeah, sure, maybe by the way, my opponent had the absolute nuts. Thoughtseize into a fast shadow with double stubborn null and battle rage. Wow. Wow. Palm definitely saved us there. Because Palm forced him to use stubborn null, whereas Boros Charm would just grown his shadow. Like he could just let Boros Charm go till the end, but he had to double stubborn the Palm. Yeah, but the artifact lands, I think that artifact is a very important permanent type of having. So I think that there's a lot to be said about them. Let's try to cover the obvious ones, like Seething Song. Let me pull up. I'll try to keep snatching victory from that situation. Love to see it. Yeah. Deflecting Palm has been really amazing. Like, I think that in this meta, playing 3 is definitely correct. Like, I saw 2 here in my opener. My opponent had to respect my turn 1 play, and then he just couldn't, like even with double counter, his hand was just then stripped of any action, so I could just get in for those last points of damage. That path was a pretty darn good top deck. I can't lie. So this is the popular streamer used to play Ponza, but is now playing Shadow. Has been doing so well since actually pretty nuts. Oh, this end's just so good. I'm assuming he has turn 1 disruption. This end's so good. Seething Song. Oh, so Seething Song is one of those cards, again, like Opal, it should never really be unbanned. Because Seething Song, it's here on the screen. Seething Song is just, it's just fast mana, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna do the thing that I believe is correct in this matchup, which is try to race them. because their Swift Spears aren't fast. Like, they aren't. So if they don't show me a big drop fast, I can race them. If they do show me a big drop, fat chance that I'll be actually able to race, that I'll be able to control it. So that's why I think that you should definitely play it like this. Now my opponent's going to push this because he thinks that I don't have another land. To just trick them, because now we play the Eidolon. The ball is in their court. They didn't have a land, so now they have to choose what to do. They have the bolt. Okay. So in this situation, kind of want to lava spike and say go. Still no land. This is fine. There's Inquisition here, Shadow. Okay. So a rough one-lander. Pretty rough one-lander for my opponent. Going back to Seeding Song. This is way too many things to try and manage. Going back to Seeding Song. Just double bolt him. Make it fast. Back to Seeding Song. Again, one of those cards that just generates fast mana. Because it allows you to jump from 3 to 5. So there's a lot of degenerate things you can do. As you see with Ironcrag Feet, like a jump from mana for combo is just way too good. Same side as before, actually. Again, Swift Spears from their side, not a menace for me. So I can just play it safe with, not play it safe, just try to race them. I'm gonna keep, because I have a Helix. So if they turn one discard me, they have to respect the Helix. That's a Marsh Flats, which isn't a great land for them. Bowmat? Okay. Do need that land though. This is so frustrating. I hope this won't be heard on stream, but I'm actually cold. I'm actually cold, so I'll have to turn on the heater. Hope this isn't too loud on stream. What's this? Oh, it's pretty cute. Can I draw a land so I can double guide him? It's not the light one that I want. Please let me find land here. Oh, that's quite unfortunate. Yeah, he can bolt himself to grow the shadows. 12 is a lot. 12 is so much. One land life. Yeah, but keeping one landers on the draw with like double Goblin Guide and Skewer and Lightning Bolt is statistically correct. It's statistically correct, but as every, but it's still a risk. Like you're still at like 30% chance of missing your land drop by turn 2. It's a risk, and I'll take the consequences because I also kept a 1-lander in game 1 and that one panned out. So I take the good with the bad. Now my opponent's thinking if he wants to bolt the Goblin Guide or if he wants to bolt himself. Depends if he has the thing. He's bolting himself. Okay, so he wants to find team or battle rage. Oh, that's not a great one. He has team or battle rage. Am I just dead? Yeah, I revealed team or battle rage. So am I just dead? I take 3 from here, I take 6 from here, I take 10 from here. And it's just lethal. Yeah. Oh, no land is also. I think lifegain will make a comeback with the results from Friday. I think that Kaldheim will hit first before people really want to metagame against the last results. So maybe not. But who knows? Oh, this land's poo-poo. This land's pretty gas. I'm gonna start with a shock. I'm gonna start with a shock. Yeah, I'm gonna start with a shock land because I have to hold up mana for anything. Is any card? Yeah, Seeding Songs still in my screen. So I do think that Seeding Song is way too strong. Again, just to reiterate, fast mana is never okay. Like that fast of a mana option is never okay to have. Actually, mistook. There's another fast mana card in Modern. What's it called? Rite of something? It's called Rite or something? Yeah, Rite of Flame. Okay. Moving on. Are there any Kaldheim cards that will make it in the Modern relevant numbers? Probably not, but people still like to brew, and like the community as a whole can never really focus on a lot of things. In this place, not great for my opponent. So I need to Rift Bolt here. Again, I don't care about his board. As I was saying, sorry, I really get distracted. I don't think that any Kaldheim cards are playable in Modern, but people like to brew, and you know that they'll be trying that new combo. They'll be trying Valky / Tybalt in Bloodbraid Elf builds. So I think that will take the spotlight over Burn kind of coming back. I keep saying, like, for the past 2 months, I've been saying that Burn's in a sweet spot because there's no hate for it and you can easily race Huro. It finally came through, I guess, But Burn's been this good for a while now. Carnage. Okay, so now what's this card? Rite of Flame, is that it? Yeah, Rite of Flame. Again, at worst, this is a ritual, I guess, or a Seeming Spirit Guide, because it makes 1 mana. But you do need 1 mana to make it. It's a little bit different. Like, what's this at worst? It makes 1 mana, so at worst it's a ritual. Like at best, it's just it makes so if you have 3 from 1 mana, you make 5. That's kind of not okay. Allows some big jumps in mana. And if those big jumps are attached to serious constraints in deck building, it's fine. Seriously, it's fine. Tron as a deck is fine, because half their deck is about making those jumps from 1 to 2 to 7. But in this case, Rite of Flame and Seething Song and Mox Opal is that you can just include them and don't give a damn about like they don't restrict your deck building, which I think is where fast mana becomes a problem. When the fast mana options are not restricting your deck building. It's also why Seeming Spirit Guide is kind of on the chopping board. Like, I think that if they ban Seeming Spirit Guide, the format would just get better. Like, that card isn't any problematic. Well, maybe even then. Are we considering Oops All Spells a problematic deck or Belcher? Because if we are, then yeah, Seeming Spirit Guide should definitely get banned. And I don't think that anyone, well, maybe combo players would be upset, but like, in my opinion, combo should never be like a very strong option. Mox Opal would actually be hilarious in Hammer Time. It would be so strong. It would be amazingly strong. You go turn 1, land Ornithopter, you'd play like Mishra's Bauble. Does the deck play Mishra's Bauble? Probably. Like, you could just go from, you could just make a really strong turn 1 and just swing for 20 on turn 2. Yeah, I agree that it would be cool to test. You know, let's talk about Mox Opals since it's on theme. Okay, so my opponent's still here. I was thinking, why is it taking so long? But this is a very thinky matchup. 2 mana for double shadow. Wow. So here, I do kill the shadows, right? I'm attacking first, see what he does. That can already turn to as is with Opal. Yeah, I think that Hammer Time proves that Opal was a good ban, basically. No blocks. Can I punish this somehow? Like, do I have lethal? No, right? I just have to kill this. Actually a bit scary. Because if he has Scourge, it's gonna be one big Scourge. Did he play this? He didn't play this, so I know half his hand, which is good information. So let me just, so yeah, fast mana, definitely not. Is this double pushing? Oh, that's tragic. bolting face. Oh, so we got a race on our hands. We got a race on our hands, folks. I'm gonna go face, because if I drop Boros Charm, I win. Path? We play. Wait, what did we play? We played the mountain and bolted face, okay. Still has that blood crypt. Him going down to 3 is a problem. Oh, we got a race on our hands, folks. It could have Scourge. Am I... If I don't kill this, I think that I die either way. I need to top deck Boros Charm here, or maybe Helix. Deflecting Palm would be a good draw. Deflecting Palm would be an amazing draw here. Can we please get that? Deflecting Palm or Boros Charm? Not enough. Not enough. Not enough. I want to see what I would have drawn. I hate when this bug happens. So any mistakes? Yeah, definitely. I shouldn't have pathed. I shouldn't have pathed the Swift Spear. I'd be at 3. It's unlikely that he draws a bolt, and I can still draw my next card, which I think is a better situation. So I definitely misplayed there, but triple shadow, I'm not gonna lie, triple shadow was quite something. If you press return to game, consider draw cards. Oh, can I? Kind of want to see. No, it's just blocked. Whatever. It's very what if, so it's fine. Do I have any cards on the screen? I feel like I have a random card on the screen that I haven't talked about now. Yeah, Rite of Flame should never really be in banned. Okay, so let's talk a bit about Masopal. Wasn't even drawing with ball, we just had it. Yeah, triple shadow was definitely strong. But the deck plays 8 shadows, so him seeing 3 is like on the upper side of regular, I think. I'm thinking if I had any windows of playing that better. I think that pathing the Swift Spear was a bit iffy. I think I had to remove the double shadow. Maybe not. Right? Maybe not. Maybe I should have just gone face with that Rift Bolt, suspend the other one, say go. All the combo cards shouldn't be in band, to be honest, because then the combo would just come back. Yeah, also, I'm not even going to put up the image. Eye of Rugen should absolutely stay banned. So Eye of Rugen should stay banned. Where's that motherfucker? So Eye of Rugen definitely should never even be considered for an unban. What else? What else is just absurd magic? Sure, that's fine. It's gonna take Swift Spear. I'm gonna play Sacred Foundry, say go. It's another shadow deck. Wow, triple shadow. He took Eidolon? Seriously? So I'm assuming he has another discard for the other Eidolon. But even then, this gives me way too much damage fast enough. I'm assuming he has removal. He probably has removal this card here. But I then set up a good turn. Okay, so Dark Depths, I want to talk about Hogak. Funnily enough, I want to talk about Hogak. Blazing Shoal. No, Blazing Shoal would be absolutely busted. Like, Blazing Shoal would be absolutely busted. Because, like, imagine and discard 2. Yeah, that's probably it. And removal, but I'm still in a good position here. Has push or bolt. Death Shadow. Oh, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. I'm gonna kill that shadow for sure. You can't have Street Wraith with Lurrus there. The reason I just snap kill that shadow is because I only need these two to hit to get into a quote-unquote sweet spot, although having Riftbolt in hand is kind of problematic. Oh, please play a Scourge. Please, oh, yes, yes, watch this, chat. Love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Bye, Scourge. I don't even care if I don't get to cast this anymore. And I do. So good. So good. You love to see it. He even knew about Helix. What's he doing? It's just such a big pun for him. Yeah. So, you know. Yeah, that was pretty damn nice. Same side, I guess. Not a lot of thinking today. Same sideboard. Hopefully we don't get blown out. Also, Deadlight Shaman be oppressive. I'm just think Jund is a deck for the Elder really do, but would become tier 1 again. The problem with here's the problem with unbanning a card like that, Right Shaman. This hand is really good. Not crazy, right? This hand just seems gas. Double Decom is definitely strong to have against Shadow. Here's a problem with Deathrite Shaman. Deathrite Shaman wouldn't be a problem in Jund. It'd be a problem in every other thing. Like, Ponza would play Deathrite Shaman. Like, Florov, not even a question. Urodex would play Deathrite Shaman. What else? Honestly, Burn could play it. It's a pretty good Burn card. It's kind of like a Lavamancer with extra abilities. So we go down here and just start the race. Thoughtseize, no problem. Yeah, like Uru would just play that right Shaman. Like, it's not even particularly close. Yeah, sees me. Attack with both. Be forced to take Palm. I think he's forced to take Palm. Takes Bolt. Oh, that's ballsy. It's actually a pretty good draw. Actually a pretty good draw. I'm gonna force the battlefield here. Ooh, I can skewer a bow mat. I think I prefer skewering the face. What else? But Deathrite Shaman, like, if we're living in a world where Earl is gone, maybe isn't as problematic, but even then, I think the card just offers too much value for too little, and I'm not wrong here. Definitely discarding a land. Oh, opponent, that's a mistake. You going down to 6 is actually a problem. Like Deathrite Shaman. So I'm motivated to not. I was gonna say I'm motivated to not cast one here. Yeah. So I have that locked. I kind of need to win still. So I was thinking about Deathrite Shaman. It's a 1/2, right? Deathrite Shaman is a 1/2. Yeah, Deathrite Shaman being a 1/2. You think? Let's see. Let's see if it gets there. Because now I just leave Swift Spear up and block. He can't attack with Shadow. Do I want to palm this? Yeah, I think it's a reasonable play. It's a reasonable play, right? He gets 5 cards. It's quite a lot. So Boros Charm gets me there. Palm is annoying for them to deal with. Another Shadow is a problem. Seriously? That's a weird play, in my opinion. Can I get a land? That also works. But then is safe and ban and then the artifact lands. Between like the value of smash. Okay. Okay, so here's my it's a lot of takes. I think the artifact lands are not safe to unban, and I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds crazy, but here's the thing about artifact lands. Artifact numbers are something that's really relevant. You have the equipment that gives power base on artifacts. You have Karn structs from both Urza and Karn. And you still have some Metalcraft cards. And Hammer Time needs to work for its Metalcraft, like a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. And if you just enable artifact lands, like the deck just gets to freely enable metalcraft, which could be a problem. Urza definitely plays those. And I don't think that Karn, from War of the Spark being in the format, ever really changes what Seas play in terms of artifact lands. Imagine sharing streetlighting your whole land base. Well, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, people aren't playing Shattering Spree for that, right? People aren't playing Shattering Spree for Hammer Time. And against Hammer Time, you wipe their whole suit of... Yeah, I guess that's true, but pretty sure that... this sounds awful. Pretty sure that... Okay, so let's talk about artifact lands like properly. I think that they should definitely be tested. They should definitely be tested because I need to volume this. Ooh, I need to keep this. Ooh. I'm bottoming a goblin guide. Okay. So if you want to see something off the list, I have one that could come off the list, and I'm going to be totally honest. I think that Splinter Twin could come off the list. I'm bottoming a goblin guide here. Or a bolt. I kind of don't want to bottom a bolt because I have to remove... Like, triple guide is so good. I think that Splinter Twin could be unbanned without any issues. It's almost a bolt. Because here's the thing about Splinter Twin. The card's pretty much legal. Honestly, the Kiki Twin deck, it's pretty much Splinter Twin, and I know that people think, oh no, paying 1 extra mana is a really huge cost. It's a control deck. Like, the fact that it can't randomly win on turn 4 isn't something that should be worried. It isn't enough to make the deck go from best deck of the format to unplayable. And you have seen that deck, well, maybe not you in specific, but people have tested that deck and made good results. The deck is legitimately good. It's just not popular because I might need to idle on here. But yeah, I think that Splinter Twin could be unbanned. There's really no reason to keep it on the ban list as of now. Even if, sure, they splash white, they play the fairy, and they do what? They combo 1 turn later because they can't play Pestermite into Splinter Twin with the fairy, so just play Kiki Jiki then. I don't see the problem here. Do I want to... I didn't play Dreadhorde. So I kind of want to jam triple guide here. Force out a removal from here. I was on the draw though. Spell Snare. Oh, he's shuffling it away. That's interesting. If Twin Guard and Ban, I'm guessing it would be good for the tournament, so I hope you're right. Yeah, like, it would be a good blue deck that... I think that pushing Twin to 3 colors is wrong, because the deck does play some, like, the deck needs space for the combo, so it's control... Wow. Sure, opponent. He drew double land. So I want to force action from him. So I'm attacking here. Just a plain attack. Reveal the Prive. He shuffles. Oops. He has a Scalding Tarn. I can't forget that. Yeah, so that's my take on Splinter Twin. And actually, let me right away pick it up. Could be unbanned for sure. Like, are there any other cards that like Piracy Charm? Snap Opt? Sure. Ooh, what does this do? I'm gonna be cheeky here and do this. Does bring him down to 7. Try to idle on here. If he has the Spell Snare, like, it makes sense he would have a Spell Snare here. Yeah, okay, that's irrelevant. He has a pretty hard to deal with board by now. Yeah. We're drawing perfect too. Cool. Oh, so Dreadhorde Piracy Charm. First of all, what do they play? What's it called? Inspiring Spike. It's playing this today, so I'm just gonna look at his deck list. That's something I can do when he's offline. I think it is. Just a random. Come on, give me Piracy Charm. So yeah, Twin is covered. I think that the card is basically unbanned. It needing turn 3 to fast combo interacts poorly with them wanting to play other 3 drops. They can't force out of the space. What's he bringing in? Aether Gust, Mutagenic Growth, probably Threads of Disloyalty, maybe. Can't imagine that's too good. So we play this like a control matchup, right? Well, I want Surgical here. I want Surgical or Path. It's a Snap Drag. I don't want Palm. I don't want Palm. I think Palm is too dirtly here. Hushbringer? Yeah, I think I want Path. I don't think I can let the Arcanist stick. Sounds pretty good. Triple creature. I only saw 2. Keep this. 1 game 1. Spirit Charm. Oh, when he starts with his Serum Visions, that's pretty good for me. So what are obvious not unbans, basically? Oh, Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time is just disgusting. Like, there's no way that card is ever in an unbanned state. Like, for real, the card is just way too good. It basically makes every deck that can run it just be so much more consistent that it's not even funny. So I think that Once Upon a Time deserves a spot next to all those other broken cards. What else is truly broken? I think that Top is also true. Is Top like just a broken card? Just a broken Magic card? think that top is just a broken card, right? Okay, so he's not respecting. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say. Snap here is annoying. He can fetch basic swamp to push us. I'm not sure if the deck plays black. A braid is like the least problematic removal. It's scary how bad they worked in Eldraine. I think here's the thing. Once Upon a Time is a broken magic card. Why? Because the free cast is way too good. But I get where they were coming from. Actually killed Swift Spear? That's weird. I guess they do have a braid now. A braid pirate? Oh, Spicy Charm doesn't do anything. Oh, Snap Bolt. He has Snap Bolt. Watch him play Snap Bolt. But I think that Once Upon a Time was a very interesting idea to explore. Because you can't print like Once Upon a Time without the free effect for 1 mana. That's way too good. That's a much better Ancient Stirrings. And what's keeping Ancient Stirrings as a quote-unquote not great card is that it requires some serious deck constraints. Especially now that artifacts aren't as strong, but it does require serious deck constraints. I call Snap Bolt here. Oh yeah, baby. Do your thing. I don't care. I'm blazing young. Does he have Spellsnare? I could have waited. Yeah, Spellsnare here is pretty annoying. God damn it. I should have waited. That's a punt. That's absolutely a punt by me. Oh no. Yeah. I guess I'm doing that. Yeah, that was a punt. I should have waited. But then he can block. Like, I'm still missing out on damage. He's at 7. Still has a braid. He can dread or Arcanist here. Oh, that's a scary land go. That's awkward. It's really awkward. I guess it does play around like a cheap skewer. I respect that. Oh. It's gonna double discard me. Then I don't get it. Really don't get it. Archmage's Charm? Yep. I think that will dissuade me. Okay, so I'm pretty sure. Is this gone? It's probably gone. So I'm pretty sure that it doesn't play Force. If it does play Force, it doesn't have blue cards for it. They managed to get the match. Okay, last match. I feel like I was talking about some card. Or was I asking? Or was I asking if there's a card that you want to talk about? Or was I defending? Yeah, I was talking about Once Upon a Time. I think that Once Upon a Time was... Yeah, Once Upon a Time. It was really interesting space to explore. I think that it's a bit of a whiff not to see that obviously the first cast is way too strong. And if printing that at 1 mana is too strong, then the first free cast makes the second one only be 1 mana. Yeah, Once Upon a Time. So I think that if the card were 3 mana, it would be almost not broken. The first cast is still too strong. Paired up against Skull Clamp. Pretty sure that Skull Clamp is just a big never unban under any circumstance. Although I never saw Skull Clamp being played, is Skull Clamp a quote-unquote problem card? I want you to tell me, like, if you know. Oh, it's Hammer Time. Oh, it's Bogles. God damn it. Gosh dang it. I have Skullcrack, which is nice. Gosh darn it, Bogles. I don't know how you pronounce it. Is Skullclamp just broken? We'll talk about Skullclamp some other time. I think, yeah, so Once Upon a Time was an interesting space, just didn't pan out. Obviously, the first cast being free is way too much. That's a big beefy boy. Ooh. That's a big beefy boy. So if he has the lifelink, I'm basically dead. I don't think I can do much here. It has first strike, so blocking isn't great. Gotta take the next hit and then use Swift Spear to jump one more time. This is the correct play. It's a clock because you gotta hold crack. Yeah, it sucks. I gotta hold crack here. You play the lifelink one. Yep, they always have it. It's 9. Oh, they have another one. So I'm just dead here. Another rancor. I guess that's cute. Okay, so oh, this has trample. Does this give trample? No, this gives trample. So I'm just dead here. Right. Why didn't he attack? The hell? Oh. Okay, maybe we can live. Maybe we can live. Maybe we can live here. How crazy is that? It should have attacked. It has vigilance and trample. It's a free attack. Oh no. Is this Xaxes? No. Oh, it is. Is it Xaxes? I think 7 from here. It's not. Cool. Still need Boros Charm off the top. Am I just dead? Can I count? I can. Come on. Boros Charm. Once. Come on, Boros Charm. Come on, Boros Charm. I like a bolt from this canyon. Oh, I can't make it, can I? God damn it. For one, chat, for one. That's so sad. That's so sad. God damn it. Let's really quick palm for Searing Blaze. Here's the cute thing. You can kind of bank on palm. God damn it. Am I keeping this? This hand's awful if it doesn't find the second land, like straight unplayable. I can't keep this. This much more. This actually has aggression, punishes the... Yeah, this hand's very good. This hand is very good. This hand's not as good. This hand's suddenly not as good. I forgot about playline. Like they used to play it main. That's the gen. Now that's degenerate. Can opponent please not have a turn one Boggle here? Bogle. Slippery. He doesn't? Oh. Oh, sweet, sweet summer child. I'm gonna bait out the path. No path, I'll assume. Okay. At least I have creatures. Yeah. They kept a bad what's this? Okay, sure, whatever. They kept a bad leyline hand, so I'm not worried. Oh, sweet summer child. Oh, this is so good. And you know what's funny? I even have Boros Charm for those last points of damage. Still no creature. He has to shuffle. Oh, there it is. He's dead, by the way. Yeah. Just dead. I think I just run it back, even though Skewer kind of sucks. I just run it back. I think I just run it back. Small burnt out thing on the weak Bog's hand. Oh, he kept it, right? I'm gonna keep this. Double Palm and Goblin Guide. Oof, I'm so down. Come on, play your Bogle. Yeah. Second guide's interesting. I'm gonna fetch for a basic here because I do want to stay healthy if I can. He's gonna hit me next turn. Hopefully he doesn't have a Spirit Link. Cool. Hopefully he doesn't have Vigilance. Like, not having Vigilance would be pretty cool. Still no attacks, that's fine. Eidolon, that's so tempting. He didn't play a land, right? This is so tempting. I'm gonna do it. I have Eidolon to block once. I have Deflecting Palms. I think I'm fine. Because he didn't play a land. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a good. This is a good burn one. This is a good burn one. He's just dead now. He's basically dead. He's just gonna wait until he has something strong and big that lets him attack. And I still no attacks, sure. I just don't care. I could attack with Goblin Guide, but I can just slow roll it. I don't think they have anything that can beat Deflecting Palm. Like, genuinely. There's no draw from them that beats Deflecting Palm. Playing double Eidolon here. Basically never get punished for it, right? Okay, so I think I have this one in the bag. Like 4 for each palm still leaves me healthy enough to never really get punished. Just to go. Can I attack? I deal 4. I was Eidolon. Maybe that makes him attack me back. Try and kill me. Right? I better not play with fire. Kinda want this win. Going for 1 again. That shadow matchup. This is just funny. My opponent told me this is just funny. Just gonna tell him I can't make a move. Okay, found Spirit Link, so now he's like super happy. He's thinking, yeah, now my creature's just gonna kill him. Oh, no, it's Deflecting Palm that does the damage, so it's fine. God damn it, come on, opponent. Just attack me, please. Can't even F6 because I need to be on hold. Can he please find Vigilance? I think that if he finds Vigilance, he just goes for it. Like, legitimately. Is there any value in me telling him about Deflecting Palm? So, like, he knows he cannot win ever? Okay, so I think I can win. If my opponent doesn't make a move next turn, I think I can win. I put down Guide, I attack with everything. I Helix the one he blocks, and that's 6 damage. The card deals 5. Oh, that's true, but he should be attacking, right? He doesn't know about my things. Okay, do I get blown up by anything? Because every card deals 4 to me. If I take 12, can I take 12 here? I can, right? Play double creature attack. Okay, so I have to go for it. Doesn't matter. I didn't even get to palm the big boggle. It's kind of depressing. Like, come on, I want to palm that. Okay, so we got there. Just gonna reveal my hand, I guess, because I had palm. It's pretty hard to go through, even if he finds like the perfect hands. Like Boggles cannot beat palm. So that's a neat little interaction. And we 4-1 again. Jesus, that's depressing. But still, a good value. Can't be too upset. Alrighty. Alright, so I mean 3 shadow matchups. I think that the third one against Black Rat, the second matchup, there was nothing much I can do because he played double shadow. I had to respect the matchup where he played double shadow and I had to respect it, and then he played another shadow. I don't think I could have won. The matchup where I just pathed a Swift Spear and he found shadow. I think if I held on to that path, Swift Spear wouldn't kill me in time because he was like 2 spells away. It was 3 spells away, but I had like 1 in hand, or it was 2 spells away. He was 2 spells away, yeah. So if I path that shadow, there's a big chance that I just have another turn to find that last spell. I think that was my misplay. Universe Bogles feels so good. Yeah, it feels really good to beat them. That third game was just crazy. That second game, Bogles tend to overestimate how good Leyline is against us. Not saying it's not good, but like I have draws that beat Leyline, especially if you don't have a turn wave. Because if I play turn 1 creature, you are clocked, and if I play turn 2 Eidolon, There's no turning back. But yeah, it was a decent league. It was a very decent league. Kind of want to finish the tier list though. But I don't know. I feel like there are a lot of cards. Like I think that the artifact lands that aren't. I think that the Mardu artifact lands could be tested. They could be tested because. So here's the reason why. This and this plays really well into Urza because Gilded Goose is a strong card to play in Urza because it makes artifacts, and blue obviously is good with Urza, and I think that those two are somewhat more powerful than the other three. I still think they warrant testing, not straight unbanning. Then that these spells are obviously broken. The time they had was more than enough to know that. I think that probe is really broken. I don't know the name of this card, but I know that it's broken. Bathrite Shaman. I want to say it's as broken as these ones because it does everything that Uro does. Jeet and Punishing Fire. So Punishing Fire should stay banned because here's the thing. It has a terrible rate. It's 3 mana, deal 2, right? You can just play it over and over again and over again and over again, and it doesn't necessarily fit into a deck that you want to naturally bring in Graveyard Hate. Like Ponzo would play this without any issues, and you don't want to bring Artifact Hate against that. Graveyard Hate against them necessarily. And what would end up happening is that creature decks would cease to see play. You just drink some water. Like, creature decks are already stretched because they have to face Lava Dart and Renin 6. Even though Lava Dart has lost some popularity, Renin 6 is at an all-time high because it's now being played by Control. I think that pushing that to 2 damage makes it so it's really hard for you to actually have any board presence at all. So I think it should stay banned. Now for Jeet, I think it could be tested. I think it's in the same boat as Stoneforge, where people saying that it would just be playing every deck is exaggerating. However, do tribal decks even see play outside of spirits? No, because Renin 6 exists and Field of the Dead exists. It's really hard to beat Field of the Dead with tribal decks because you attack on the ground. Yeah, exactly. I think that Punishing Fire is either unplayable, or if you add the land that gives life, it gets really strong. And if you put it in a shell that can play these two comfortably, it's just way too oppressive. Now for GT, I don't think it's as strong as Punishing Fire in terms of making aggro unplayable. However, but Shadow Spear exists for the life gain, and but here's the thing: GT has removal, right? Does it give? Does GT? What's the exact text on GT? So GT never deals combat damage. Okay, so it's not good with Ornithopter. So yeah, GTA, I think GTA, by the way, the yellow one could be tested. I think it's like it's a category that's basically could be unbanned, but it's not safe from getting banned again, basically. Because I know that Wizards would never like try to actively test cards before unbanning them. And then mental misstep is just a mistake. What else? I think Ponder is too good. I think Preordain is a little bit worse. I think Oko was a problem. I think Hogak wasn't such a big problem. Because here's the thing, I know this is gonna get a lot of hate, but Hogak in itself wasn't the biggest problem. Because if playing Chandra's Incinerator has taught me anything, is that a card that's a single threat that's hard to recast quickly isn't that good. The problem with Hogak was that it fit a shell that had other things to deal with. Namely, I think that Hogak with Vengevine is the problem. I think that both existing at the same time is the problem. And Vengevine is obviously the harder to build around, so Hogak wasn't. Look, Hogak was a big problem. The deck, not the card. I think that if Vengevine doesn't exist, Hogak post. Okay, so let me just do this right now. Bridge from Below, absolutely never should come off the ban list. That card is just. It's like what you said about Punishing Fire. It's either really strong and broken, or it's trash, absolute trash. So without Bridge, without the combo, I think that Hogak is only a problem as long as Vengevine exists. That's what I was saying. Vengevine is hard to build around, actually requires you to build a deck around it. Hogak is just a card you include. You can just cast it from the grave. Like I wouldn't really be surprised. Like Dredge could play like 1/2 Hogak without any costs. I wouldn't be surprised if some other random deck could play Hogak without much cost. Because you can play Hogak from that. That's the problem with Hogak. You can play it from hand. Yeah, since you can play it from hand, it means that you don't really have to discard it to just play a big threat. Like if you play a deck that semi-mills itself, Hogak's already a big threat. But yeah, I think that if Vengevine wasn't a card, Hogak would come down a tier. But as is, I don't think so. What else? Dark Depths. I think that Depth is just broken, right? Like the entire, most of the Legacy deck is in Modern. But then again, there are effects. I feel like looting in Grave Troll go the way of Hogak. Looting definitely does. Looting is a broken card. It's way too good at what it does, but it's not as broken. That wasn't even the Dread Shell. That's the problem. Like Hogak wasn't that strong in Dredge. It was strong in Vengevine. They are fundamentally different decks. I think that Troll. The problem with Troll is that you're never really unbanning the other dredgers. So throw, like, if there aren't any other dredgers in the format, or there's only one in, it can even be stink redeemed. If Golgari Thug doesn't exist, you can play this here, you can put this here, or even here. But since those two exist, like, it's way too many good dredgers. I think looting isn't as bad as this. I don't think it can be tested. Like, it's way too good at what it does. I think that Ovosh, for example, would just play for looting and not give a damn. I think that Dredge would come back somewhat stronger. And I don't know, looting is just one of those cards. It's way too good at what it does. What else? So I should have made another tier. Can I make another tier? I don't know how to make another tier. Oh no, this ain't it. God damn it, I want to click the wheel. Add a row below. Like, I almost want to make another tier of. Let's actually make another tier. And the new tier is called Gray. It's going to be called Cards That Are Kind of Broken, but not in the strong way, just in the rules way. Does that make sense? Because I want to include this in KCI. How Pod, Post, and KCI went immediately right here. Post, oh, yeah, no. Cloud Post is like super strong. I'm not ordering this, by the way. I know that people order these when they make tier lists. I'm not gonna do that. Okay, let's just remove. I don't know what this card is. So these two, I think that their biggest problem was like the issue with paper play. So like, if you transition to Magic Online, maybe they're fine. Or if God knows, or if for some reason they decide to implement the chess clock on paper Magic, which is pretty hard, but if they do, I think these cards could come back, because I think a big part of why they're banned is because they just make for annoying gameplay, which is fair in my opinion. Lattice. Okay, so let's talk about Lattice. Anyway, I'm no longer playing, so I can do this. Come on, Scryball. So, Lattice, here's the problem with Lattice. It makes Karn decks. Like, Karn is a build around, and Karn is an interesting card. This is the type of card, again, that's either unplayable, like it was for a long time, or just way too strong. Because it gives Karn decks like a way out, basically. No. Lattice didn't die for Karn's sins. Lattice died because somebody thought that this was good design. And it's not. Because Karn effects, what's it called? Silence effect? No, that's not silence. Like, can't tap artifacts were a thing. Otherwise, yeah, absolutely. But I think it was a correct ban. It would be like actually banning Colossus Hammer in Modern. Because of Seaguard's 8. Yeah, kinda. But that's fair, right? Because you design a card like Hammer that's cheap to put down. I mean, I guess Hammer was designed with that intent. You can't convince me that Hammer wasn't designed with the intent to cheat onto a creature. But I don't know. My issue with Lattice is that Lattice just gives an out to Karn decks. So imagine Amulet, the Karn versions. Amulet needs to win through combat damage or through Valakut damage. However, if they go Karn, fetch Lattice, you now have to do something fast. And it's a whole different angle. Same with Eldrazi-tron. I remember when I was playing in paper and I kept losing to Eldrazi-tron. I was like, okay, Bridge is actually the perfect card. Yeah, that's true. I think that R&D from Wizards is just wild. Like, a guy sits down and thinks, oh, I want to print this card, and they just approve it. And not gonna lie, a lot of interesting design has come from that. But I do think that some stuff is just, you're printing this and you refuse to print a Frostbite that goes face? Come on, Wizards. My point is that Lattice, like, I remember I thought that, oh, Ensnaring Bridge is a perfect Eldrazi-tron counter, and it also beats something else from the meta. Then I remember, oh wait, no, because I have to play around Lattice. Because surprise, surprise, Bridge isn't a silver bullet against them. It's just a bit annoying. They can get Lattice, they can put Lattice down, then I just fill my hand until they can kill me. So I think that it offering this weird of an angle is what got it banned. Because it's effectively a one card mark path to Rakdos to Strong Rosewater. Yeah, like, there's no reason that there isn't a card that costs white and it exiles target creature. Like, that card should exist simply, but let's try not to go into that. I kind of want to put this here just because of the toxic pattern it creates. However, I don't think it's that strong. It's gonna come here. Again, because this, I think it just gives Karn way too much power. Because in Karn decks, I just think it gives Karn, like, Karn's already strong because of its toolbox kit. Like, you fetch Lattice and your opponent has one turn to do something, or else they just lose. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. Astrolabe, not even a question. The card makes mana bases not matter because you're suddenly playing 4 colors without a drawback. That's Legacy, and Legacy has, well, Legacy should see a Astrolabe ban as far as I know, but playing mana bases, like going 4 colors without a cost, is a Legacy thing. Astrolabe, Opal, and Pod, I'll say ban, right? Okay. Astrolabe is just, it's as broken as all of these. Pod, where is Pod? This one. Yeah, I should be showing all the cards for YouTube, but I'm being kind of lazy. So Pod, the problem with Pod is that, this is gonna sound crazy, it kind of restricts how good of a creature you can make with an ETB. However, like Vanifar, that Vanifar is a really good pod. This card should see more play. Here's the biggest difference. Well, this costs 3, this costs 4. This can be tapped when it comes in, and notably, well, actually no, you have to pay for this, and you don't have to pay for this tapping. So Vanifar is probably easier to combo with. The thing that makes me say pod shouldn't be unbanned, so putting pod here, is that how do you beat pod? Well, you have a couple of ways, but you basically can never get rid of the actual pod, which I was old enough to remember when Siege Rhino was aggressive. I've seen some things. I've lost against Siege Rhino in Magic, but I play Burn, so it makes sense. Was Rhino ever actually a problem? I think I heard that too. It's weird to think about. Like, no joke, Siege Rhino could see play right now. With Ephemerate in the format, Siege Rhino could see a good amount of play. Like, you play it, and one tap, you attack, your opponent does something, you blink it, you block with it, then on your upkeep, you blink it again. That's a lot of damage. Actually, I'm gonna make this bigger a little bit. Okay. So I was saying that, yeah, because this plays in a creature deck, well, there was a meme that was stuck down photo of a competition table. There were like a lot of Siege Rhinos. Please tell me that it were a lot of Siege Rhinos. Jesus. I wish that I had a Mana Traders account. I would play a shit ton of brews, to be honest. Like, if I had the time and the resources, I'd play a shit ton of brews. It's because I like to build decks. I just don't have time to actually play them, like test them out, or the resources, like the cards and like the play points to spend, I guess. But maybe I'm getting convinced. Like, I'm kind of convincing myself that pod would be fine, because Vile is fine. And my argument against pod was that, oh, it's an artifact, so it's hard to interact with in a creature deck. But so is Vile, and so is Collected Company for Collected Company decks. So, you know what? Pod should be tested. In my opinion, pod should be tested. Yeah, pod should definitely be tested. Green Sun Zenith. I'm gonna put it on should stay banned because Dryad Arbor is a card. Should Dryad Arbor be banned? Green Sun Zenith doesn't even go to the could be tested. It's straight unbannable. However, like, honestly, god damn it, I kind of want to make another tier of this card should be unbanned, and they should ban another card. Because I think that Green Sun Zenith without Dryad Arbor would be fine. And Dryad Arbor is kind of unplayable. And don't get me, please don't tell me that Dryad Arbor is an important card because it makes Edict effects worse, and that's a real line. Liliana is a shit card right now, and no deck is playing single threats, and playing single threats should be punishable. So yeah, I'm gonna say that create yet another tier. And I don't know what pods and deck is playing Kitchen Finks and Siege Rhino would be incredible if I was a better player. Yes, but also, if birthing, to be honest, if birthing pod ever becomes popular, I just jam Hushbringer and don't even care too much about it, because pod decks will definitely play their removal as ETBs, and like humans do, and I just won't care too much. I genuinely think that. Um, but like being unbiased, I do think that pod should be tested. Let me just rename this. I don't even know. Um, should be unbanned with the banning of another card. Okay, so I think that Dried Arbor should be banned. Like, convincing myself that the card, it was a fun idea. It was I think this is important. Earlier, oh yeah, Hushbringer. Yeah, Hushbringer is a card. Um, Earlier, I said that I think that once upon a time, I'm glad it existed. So I'm also glad that Astrolabe existed. Like, the card exists for 2 mana. It's straight unplayable. Let's test it for 1 mana. Oh, it's broken? Okay, let's ban it. I think that's interesting. I think that's something that should be done. Yeah, the format was a bit harsh to play for like a month, but you know, it was an interesting experiment. Same with Dryad Arbor. Interesting experiment. Well, it actually breaks this cool card called Green Zenith. That's like a tutor, but you play 1 extra mana, and we know that 2 extra mana for this same effect isn't great. It isn't great. It exists. Finale of Devastation exists. It isn't that great for 1 mana. I think this is correct. Just that Dryad Arbor shouldn't exist. What else? What else is there? What's this? Is that Summer Bloom? That is Summer Bloom, right? It's banned in Modern. Yeah, that's the same art. Okay. I think this card was banned for a good reason, right? Like, I don't think that's ever remotely okay. At its worst, you just ramp all your hand onto the board, like your entire mana base onto the board. So you go from 2 to 6. Zini died for 2022 8 Bear Sins. 2011. I don't know. As far, by the way, I'm making a tier list, but I haven't lived through most of these bans. I think that all my never unban under any circumstance is right. Think that my should stay banned is right. But these down here, maybe there's some weird interaction that I don't know that makes the card super broken. Even then, a toolbox deck with Zenith, like, it's just cool magic, I think. Especially with Force in the format. I don't know. I think it would be a cool card to be unbanned. Like, is there any other one that I want to include here? Obviously, Punishing Fire is fine if you ban Grove, but it's just unplayable then. Like, Grove is an interesting dual land to exist. Kind of want to put Hogak here, because if Vengevine is banned, Hogak is very tame. But I also don't think that Vengevine should be unbanned. It's an interesting card to build around, like Phoenix was. Get most of my knowledge. Oh yeah, that's fine. Like a different point of view from mine is always nice to have. Um, Opal. Okay, so I think that hammer time has proved that Opal was a problem. Might be hard to hear this as an affinity player or as a hardened scales player or God forbid as a SRAM Storm player, but Opal was a problem. Fast mana is very dangerous, and Opal was basically free to run in artifact decks. I think that Mox Ember is an interest. It's probably like the only interesting Mox that I can think of because it's very delicate in what it does. Like it can be shut off, which you can't really say about Mox Opal. Like sure you can destroy the artifacts, but the deck is all artifacts, so it's not reasonable to shut off Metalcraft. However, um, since Mox Amber requires legendaries, it's somewhat easier to actually turn off. Like you kill the Emery, you kill the Fiddlethip, and Amber doesn't work, and it's weird. So, and it's especially weird because you can have those two SRAM Storm. It was a thing, right? I'm not imagining this. This, well, yeah, SRAM Storm. Um, yeah, you play Retract and play a bunch of 0 mana artifacts that cantrip with SRAM. This was a thing. I remember losing against this. Um, but yeah, I think that Mox Opal should stay banned. I know it hurts to hear, but it should stay banned. And Hammer Time has proved that. Hammer Time is a really strong deck. I think, okay, there was a guy on Twitter that made a tier list, and Hammer Time is tier 1. Like, Hammer Time with Opal would not be okay. No way. So yeah. Dread, I think that this is Dread Return, right? Yeah, Dread Return. So, yeah, okay. So why is this a problem? Why is this a problem? Because you get... Why was this banned? Let's up the web a little bit. 30 years ago. Yeah, okay, so this comment kind of paints a picture. You dredge into Narcomoeba, into your blood casts, and then you sack them for that sweet Grizzlebrand. You know, this seems hard to turn on. Like you're never doing this that early, so I don't know. I don't know. I'll put it on the should be tested. Because Dredge is okay now. Like it's not super strong. Let's put it in the should be tested. Like I'd like to see this card tested, to be honest. Okay, I think that's Skull Clamp. Why was Skull Clamp banned? There has to be a reason, right? What was Skull Clamp banned? I know it was like... Can we find something? Basically, elves used to be playable. Like, are you trying to convince me that this was banned because of elves? Like, wasn't this... There's a timeline, I think it's it, yeah. When was Modern created? 2012? Yeah, Modern becomes a sanctioned format. So Skullclamp was never deleted in Modern? Bro, Skullclamp should be tested. Skullclamp should absolutely be tested. Whenever you play a creature spell, this is what's this card called? It here. Bitter Blossom was banned. Glimpse of Nature. Whenever you play a creature spell this turn, draw a card. I mean, yeah, I guess that's just way too much gas for 1 mana for like creature decks. This makes them never lose gas. I can say. And Hypergenesis, legit question. What does Hypergenesis do? Starting with you, player may put an artifact, creature, enchantment, or land card from their hand onto the battlefield. So it's Eureka, I guess. Okay, here's the reason why this card should stay banned. Electro Dominance is a card, and As Foretold is a card. Like, we start to get to a point where it's easy to turn this on, I think. And Dread or Arcanist is a card, I don't know. It just seems... But even then, maybe this isn't so bad. I suspend 3. You know what? Should be tested. I think it should be tested. Okay, so let's review the list real fast. So Chrome Mox, fast mana, and very important, fast mana that doesn't really that allows you to be greedy with the cards you're playing. It's very dangerous. The rituals, like, these are just stronger rituals. I'm guessing that this one, the jump from 3 to 5 makes... Or was it banned from the start? It wasn't, so there must have been a reason, right? I mean, it was banned with Bloodbraid Elves, maybe? What's the worst that can happen from 3 to 5? Three to 5? Is there something that's really oppressive at 5? I guess Luca. I guess you could go Dork. Yeah, Dork into Luca sounds pretty strong. Or Dork into Polymorph. Don't other rituals do Dork into Polymorph? They do, right? It being red, I don't think there's any like super... I want to see this being tested, to be honest. I think it's mostly for Storm. Yeah, but Storm making quintuple red isn't the issue, I think. Like, is Storm really struggling for for rituals. I think this one is a problem. I think this one is definitely a problem. It's way too strong. I don't think this one is a problem. Eye of Ugin, absolutely busted. Blazing Shoal, I still think it's too strong. Even though I don't think Infect is that good. And this is basically 2 for 1. I think that this card is one of those that it's either unplayable or absolutely broken. We can actually let's make a new row. It's gonna be, whoa, let's call this broken or unplayable. So Shoals either broken or unplayable. I think that bridge is either broken or unplayable. That punishing fire is either broken or unplayable. I think Lattice fits that description as well. Are we putting this in this cat? I think they deserve to be in a category of their own. Maybe just rename it to actually make sense. Cards that are kind of broken in the rules way. That's a better name for this category. So broken or unplayable is a category that it's for special cards, right? I think it's understandable what they are. Then cards that are kind of broken in the rules way, yeah, I think that these two definitely fit that bill. I'd love to see them tested on Magic Online. Maybe not against me, but tested. Then should stay banned. I think that these 2 artifact lands are too good, and it's weird to say that the green artifact land would be too good, but with Gilded Goose existing and Whirl existing, I do think that this card would be just a little bit too good. And then this is Preordain, right? I think it should just stay banned. Definitely really strong for 1 mana, even if it is a sorcery. Hogak the same, I don't think it can exist alongside with Vengevine, and I do think that Hogak is the correct ban over Vengevine. Dark Depths. God damn it, I want to test Dark Depths. I think that Modern is a format that's very apt. Is the token does the token have X proof? No, it's indestructible. Okay, so you can bounce it to kill it. There's Cleansing Wildfire in the format now. I don't know. Not super convinced that Dark Depths will be super broken. Looting, I think that looting is just at that power level that's a bit too good for Modern. And yes, I'm sorry, Pyromancer players. I love Pyromancer as a deck, but looting was broken in other shells, so tough luck, I guess. Sorry to say that, but it's true. Like, looting is just doing way too much in other shells. This is Summer Bloom. I think that it's never okay to have that much ramp. Like, at least with Azusa you can kill her. And 2 is somewhat smaller than 3. Some would say it's absolutely smaller than 3. Opal, I've shared my reasons for Opal. Like, if Opal seems strong now, I think this was the correct ban. I think that fast mana is very hard to balance, and I think that Mox Amber is the Mox that's actually balanced. Mox Tantalite, or whatever it's called from Modern Horizons, is, where is it? This one. Yeah, this one's just bad, right? But I think that Mox Amber is really the balanced Mox, which is a weird thing to say. And then this has a name. What's it called? Glimpse of Nature. Yeah, I think that giving creature decks that much is a bit hard to justify. Especially because, no, this is a sorcery. This is a sorcery. I kind of want to test it now. Like, is elves ever really a problem? Maybe. Maybe. Kind of want to see it tested. Kind of want to see it tested. Because it's a, I thought this was an enchantment. It's a sorcery. Yeah, that's not sure if it's that broken in the current modern. Then that could be tested. I think that these 3 lands are a splash. Well, Galvanic Black and Goblin Engineer are cards. I think that, yeah, red's actually a pretty strong artifact color. I think that white and black aren't that good artifact colors. So I think that the white one definitely isn't a good artifact color. Ironically, because Stoneforge Mystic is white, but I don't think that the white one could be unbanned. The black one too, probably, without too much hassle. I think that all of these, I think that Timur is the color of artifact right now, so you've played 2 creatures, you've done 3 cards for 1 mana. Yeah, I guess. But when are you ever playing 2 creatures in this? I guess it's like a bit too good, probably. Yeah. I guess that's true. It's a bit too good. Then GT, I would be curious to test against this. Pod, same thing. Dread Return, same thing. I think that in a format where Graveyard Hate has become the norm because of Uro, I think that this wouldn't be as egregious, especially because to play this, you can need to play it in a shell that asks for Graveyard Hate. Band Spirits. This is cast a creature, right? Or play, same thing. I guess it works with Dryad Arbor. Yeah, no. Your argument of if you play it and 2 creatures, you're drawing 2 cards for 1 mana is more than enough. Like turn 4, you go this Noble into like this 1-drop into 2-drop, and you suddenly have a lot in both the board and your hand. Yeah, I can see it being way too strong. Skull Clamp I'd be interested in because token strategies are unplayable. And no, Field of the Dead doesn't count. We can include Field of the Dead in this list. It'd be way up here. But yeah, I think that's Skull Clamp. Like tokens, dedicated token strategies aren't really a thing. I don't think this card would be too. Oh, by the way, I know that when I even suggest this, people are gonna say you're an idiot. Skull Clamp is absolutely broken. You've just never played against it. Well, then hit me up and let's bring a Skull Clamp deck against me on Magic Online so I can see how broken it is. Seriously, I'd be super curious to see how broken Skull Clamp is. Like the card reads like a broken card. Where is it? Is it here? Skull Clamp reads like a broken card, but be really curious to see if it's actually that modern. Hypergenesis, too slow maybe, too dirtly, too weird. Not sure if Hypergenesis should be here. Even then, it seems too slow. And like, as foretold, for the life of me, I don't know what the downside of As Foretold is as a deck. I always lose against it, and it's not even particularly close. They just destroy me 2-0 every time. But the deck doesn't place at all, so there must be a way that the deck just gets destroyed. Probably by Thoughtseize, now that I think about it. Like, Thoughtseize probably destroys that deck, and like Force of Negation, or even just Mana League, because the deck does want to play spells, and not that fast. So yeah, maybe Hypergenesis will be fine. And this one's Seething Song. I don't think that the jump from 3 to 5 is that big, although. No, but this card is just bad, unless you're trying to play a combo, right? Is it? If it's broken in Storm, yeah, I'll say keep it banned. Otherwise, not so sure. And then I think that Dryad Arbor should be banned, because Dryad Arbor fits this criteria of broken or unplayable. And yeah, Crimson Zenith is fine otherwise, because you can't Zenith on one. And then Crimson Zenith is just a slightly better Finale of Devastation. And that's fine. That's a fine power level for Modern. And then Splinter Twin should just be unbanned. Like legitimately the card, like its banning, I'm sure that it was reasonable. What is this? The hell? I've never seen this card before. I think that the Kiki lists of Splinter Twin are pretty much Splinter Twin, to be honest. I even think that Kiki Jiki not being forcible, like you can't counter it with Force of Negation, makes it better than Twin, not gonna lie. So yeah, if you want to play Twin, play Kiki Jiki. Might even be better, because if you play Kiki Jiki and you don't have the combo, you can just Kiki on snap and have value, and like wasting your Splinter Twin on a snap. It's value, but it's still 2 combo cards that you have to dig. I don't know. I think that unbanning Twin is irrelevant at this point, to be honest. But yeah, that's my tier list. So I know that people will give me shit about probably Lattice. I know that a lot of people don't agree with the Lattice ban. Probably Punishing Fire 2. I think that people will frown upon these artifact lands being here. Probably, I know that Skull Clamp, Song, Depths, and Dread, like these 4, people will really frown upon. Especially Skull Clamp. I'm pretty sure that Skull Clamp is the most broken card ever. But I want to see it. I don't know why it is so broken. Like, small creature strategies are dying. You have Renin 6, you have Lava Dart, you have Plague Engineer even. So I'd love to see this in action. Either way, thank you very much for watching this slightly weird stream. Please, if you watched it till the end, on YouTube at least, please tell me what you thought. Give me your own thoughts about the tier list. And is I kind of want to do more stuff like this. Like I want to keep playing Magic, of course. I love playing Magic, but making some other stuff alongside playing Magic. I think that things like these, I'll start to try and make them um, somewhat more common. Uh, but I'd love to hear some feedback, and thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.